Whoosh. Good morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Deku was or became a weapon. So, sorry if I'm a little bit off because I just woke up from a little bit ago. So, yeah. So, in this What If storyline, or is kind of wacky one, but bear with me now. The theme, it might be a little bit dark before, and then it gets lighter after, but it's actually gray or silver gray lining between both of them. That's what I would say. Right? Sorry. So, let's begin. And I'm also adding zooming to this what if because So, how will we start? Because I'm skipping over the Quark Doctor thing. Because the Quark Doctor, or they went to a Quark Doctor, or actually, I know what, because it's a part of a script. So, at age of 2 years old, because in this metaverse thing, or this alternate universe, whoever was born, or like if they hit like age of 1, they get powers. Or some random powers. Could have been broken, like overpowered, or just weak as a kitten. And funny enough, Zuko had not 1, not 2, but 3 powers. I'll correspond. So basically, he has powers of infinity, 0, and weaponsmith. It's like, or actually, Forge of Creation. Yeah. He could create anything. No one knows about it. Because most common is everyone's powerless, but everyone is, like, has quirks. Quirks are more common. And plus quirkless. Those two are more common. But whoever's been born with powers or above are more respected. Or actually, power is more, or like, it's a king in this universe. And it's a super legendary rare. So, and then at age of 2, that there was one girl that loved him so much that one is dating him was Shield Girl. Yeah. I forget her name, so that's why I call her Shield Girl. So, Shield Girl and Zuko been dating from age of 2. So, yeah. But age of 3, Zumi dates Bakugo. For shortly, or like, yeah. And so, yeah, I was gonna choose like Todoroki from Endeavor, but then I was like, no, the yeah. Yeah. So then at age of 4, they go to the Quark Doctor, and the Quark Doctor tells both of them that they have quirks, and they both are same as Inko and Sashi were happy. So, but no one knows, or so, but the then because the how messed up the family is in this what if Inko thought that Zuko who needs to, because it always feels like he's always number 2. And in this universe, I forgot to mention, Inko and Asashi they were born with 2 quirks, not just 1. So their original quirk, like the attract and the fire breath, but both of them takes away sound, or let's say Inko took away sound. That's what her quirk is. And then the Sashi got memory blocker. So it has 2 purposes. So it takes away the, or actually it has 1. The purpose to put bricks on. Sorry if I went quiet for a minute. I just had to think real quick. So yeah. So Sashi's quirk, the memory block, is it can be worked on anyone else except for himself. So when Zuko, and it goes different in this universe. So when when Sashi used it on Zuko, it can't, or yeah, I'll just use Zuko because, yeah. So all of the new memories of him, or of, is now blocked. It can't go into his head, into his mind. Or he doesn't remember. Yeah. So, yeah. So, Inko and Sashi knows that, or actually feels like the, as Inko tells Zuko that they need to, or that he needs to prove that the he should be the in first one. Tell them no more voice and no more sound from you. So, days have passed. Time skip to 15. So, but he still hangs out with his girlfriend. And during all that time, as the only thing that she can read from his own eyes, where if it was red, he goes into rage. If he's blue and looking down, he's sad. Yeah, like he can change his eye colors too. So he doesn't remember any of his past things. Like all of the memories that he had with during all that time was not even in his own head and anymore. He doesn't remember any of it. So, yeah. Inko and Sashi were basically turned him into a weapon. Like how Krona got turned into a weapon because Yeah. So Izumi gets one for all, and Zuko doesn't get one for all because So Zuko goes to school, or goes to UA at age 15. And So Zuko goes to UA, and he sees his girlfriend under some rubble during the exam. As Zuko comes in, because he knows that he's not gonna let his friend die, or no, he's not gonna let his girlfriend die from anything. As he needs, but then his both eye colors. You know how like Todoroki has one blue and one gray? Well, Zuko's eye colors. One side was blue, and the other was green. As Zuko's entire body could feel it. As Zuko ran, like he faster than Ling, surpassing even light itself. Like even as Zuko darts right up to and takes off a debris, picks up his girlfriend and ran her back to as she's kind of surprised. As Nezu tries to deactivate the robot, but it's not responding. So they're like, alert, the robot is going haywire. As everyone's panicking, Ezuku doesn't show panic, he's just calm. And Ezuku says, let me see. That's what he would have said if he was. As he goes full on, he used his new technique called like size change, but he doesn't say anything about it. And he grew to a size of a surpassing the robot as he comes in with a giant foot and knocks the 0-pointer into outer space, all the way to the sun. As he's like, and that's because I forgot to mention that because Inko's quirk in this what if doesn't make sound, it also took away the inner voice. So he doesn't have any trying to communicate with his own self. So that's Ezuku was pretty tough because he doesn't have a inner voice or loud voice or sound. So he's just, if he goes invisible, that's it. Everybody's like, where did he go? Because, so then, they turned him into a weapon. His own parents did turn him into a weapon of, he could just destroy the entire UA or the entire world. So then Ezuku's is because of Zero keeps him alive and infinity. So, So they were so Zuko was in class 1A. Or is in class 1A. As his classmates are trying to talk to him, but as he just looks at them. As he used a special technique. As many hands, disbodied hands, plops them on the head. And as they all went down. And, his own girlfriend was man. As, but her father doesn't know that her father doesn't understand why that Zuku's parents took his voice away, and all that memories. So, he doesn't remember anything. So after the blocker, memory blocker, it also if, like, say, Asashi moves it away, or, like, takes it away, then all of those memories that he had, or that couldn't go into his head, goes right into his head. It's like a floodgate thing. So, yeah. And plus, if it's too much for it's like a shock collar, or like a bomb vest, where if they move it away, or if anyone else tries to move the brick away, Zuko will die from it. So that's why. Yeah. So then the sports festival, or actually at USJ, they go to there. They get ambushed. And Zuko used his own version of, like, what Kirigiri was. And he teleports all the students and teachers to the UA. And then the Zuko comes in to use spatial movement again. And he knocks out most of the villains. He did use, like, his own forger creation to create the handcuffs that could neutralize quirks. So, and plus knocks them out too. Yeah, he uses them on the villains. And so he knocks out Kirigiri as he looks over at the Nomu. As he, like, basically as the Nomu comes in to attack, Ezuku used a special punch called Atomic Bomb Punch. And when it collided with the Nomu's fist, USJ and the Nomu disappeared. I'll just say that. And the only people that were left was Zuko and the villains. And yeah. So, but yeah. Zuko was that powerful. Yeah. So then he learns how to control it. And because of his parents, also, when they did that, they accidentally created a new one called Endless Sleep. So basically, they took away his sleep. So he doesn't need to sleep. So he can do this for a long time. So, yeah. So Zuko was pretty strong and unstoppable at that point. Zuko was... So, the villains were upper-handed, and so then the sports festival came, and how long has this video been? Let's see. Oh, yep, perfect. Okay, so then, yeah. So Zuko ends up, so his sister, or not his sister, his girlfriend, jumps onto his back, as he's happy about it. or or his eyes turn yellow, like how Mina's eyes are, but without the black on the outside. As that makes him happy. So then yeah. So Zuko and her went across the finish line because Zuko actually used spatial movement real quick, as it keeps her from, or it also she also got kept from getting turned to dust thing. So when he went full bore, and he left his, or he didn't really leave his girlfriend, but he left everybody else. Because his speed made everyone fall backwards. And yeah. So then that, like, when he showed up, then that actually also impressed Rinko. Yeah, the impressed Rinko and of how fast Izuku can go. As he says, or as everybody's like could tell that when he's thinking. As Rinko decided, because she wants to choose a boyfriend that she actually likes, instead of being like, so she actually chose one that she actually likes, because so then he ends up so after the race thing, and yeah, so then Caver battle thing. And yeah, he was running fast. Like the Zuko and her were done in nanoseconds. That's pretty fast. As for like, and plus Bakugo Todoroki had to go get third or fourth, because Zuko was in first, followed by her, and the Todoroki was in third, and Bakugo was in fourth. So yeah, so then he had many similarities. Similar realities. So yeah, so then the cavalry battle, he had two girls. Oh, both of them shrunk and be on his shoulders, because both of them, he was a horseman, or not horseman. I forget how. Yeah, so Suzuki was basically can use, when he used gravity, his own version of gravity, but instead of like what Ochako does, he made the entire people, like the entire ring, or arena, or people that were in the arena, float up into the air. Ezuku used, yeah, spatial movement and grabs every headband that was faster. He did it so fast that even like, and the time runs out. Or actually, let's say Bakugo. How long is this video run? Let's see. Oh, 30 minutes. Yeah. So, yeah, I know. So yeah, I know this video is probably gonna get long, but that's okay. So Bakugo ends up flying to Zuko and tells him that, or he, in this alternate timeline, Bakugo treats Zuko as his best friend, so he doesn't say cred about him. So then Zuko used gravity again, but this time he points down. And gravity it had a pretty long range, I'll just say that. Even the villains that couldn't even move their own bodies, honey. That includes the villains that includes All for One. So everybody was like down, but Zuko was basically unaffected. As they're like, how is he doing that? And yeah. So then after the cavalry battle, he undoes it. As they, yeah. So he used a lot of powers. They have not figured it out yet. But Zuko knows what he's. So yeah. So Zuko, and so because the horsemen or the riders were on touching the ground, they were all disqualified except for Zuko's team. And yeah, Zuko. So they were like, okay, let's restart the round or do a second round of this, and then we'll move on to the fight one. All of you have to redo it except for you, Zuko. Your team is just you're not disqualified, but you're advanced to the next level. So okay. So they did it again, but this time without Zuko's team. And yeah. So then everybody went back to normal. Like, they were like, oh, that was just hurtful, dude. Yeah, so then the fight one does the same thing. Zuko actually versus Bakugo instead of Ochako. Or actually, no. Scratch that. Him versus Momo. Oh. As Zuko says, or actually Zuko just looks at them. As Zuko's used his own as he could create anything from his own body. But instead of as he used his own as he says, or no, not he said, Momo said that, you're silent, aliens. You creep most of us out with your quietness. And Zuko, whom reached up into the air, grabs something out of the air. As a blade starts forming from, as it was a unique, different kind of blade. As they can't believe it. Everyone can't believe it. As Zuko comes in, as the Momo created her own blade, but her blade broke, and Zuko was as they can't believe it. Every move that he makes was like pattern for like as he doesn't usually mess around when as he used as he calls this move or brain flash thing. It's better name for like, yeah. So when he flicked it, Momo got flung right out of the ring and lands safely on the wall behind her. But not like super hard. Don't ask me how. So when Todoroki saw this and they're like, holy crud. They're just... And Zumi's like, man. Or she's surprised too. And Zuko's is pretty powerful. As let's say Tenya grabs his phone or his tablet and did a scan on Zuko's body. And what they found was that even shocks him more. As Tenya gets up to the level of... Or no, he gets up to Mr. Aizawa and Music Mike. And he got... They showed him... Or no, actually Tenya showed them what Zuko had. And when Music Mike and Tenya... Or, no, Music Mike and Eraserhead looked at it and saw... and he turns... As they turn out of scared, they said Zuko's... It says on here that Zuko's powers are Infinity, Zero, and Forge of Creation. As everyone goes, what? Yeah. Zuko was basically, and when everybody heard that, and as Zuko's, his eyes does weird stuff, he has like little question marks, as or Midnight says, "Don't worry about it, Zuko." As she can tell when Zuko usually is like has his eyes change paint thing. As Bakugo can't believe that his own best friend is the most powerfulest person in the world. So then the so then the whole so I'm skipping the internship, but yeah. But before we do that, so everybody was like, man, this kid's on a whole nother level of it. So when Inko and Shashi heard of what powers Zuko did have, and he's like, yeah, he basically used so much power, or as he doesn't, he's such a show off. As he looks at with tilted head, look at how cats or dogs look at you with tilted head. Yeah. Well, everybody as Rinko can believe that Zuko's the most powerfulest one. So, yeah. So, after the sports festival, Asashi did show up to uh, or actually, that's till the end. So, yeah, and I forgot to mention that during the Cavalry Battle Round 2 version, without Zuko and his team, her, were in like the back door things, or not back doors, in the rooms, up in the podium, as both of them kissed, or get kissed by, or so both of them kissed Zuko. As Zuko's face becomes blushed, it was like in the changing room. That's what it is. Get ready room. So then he was embarrassed. Embarrassed. As, yeah. So then, now yeah. So then that all happened. Zuko won all the way to, like, Bakugo fight thing. Or, actually, it was between Bakugo versus I forget who, but it was Zuko versus Zumi. And of course, Zuko won because how fast Zuko was, as his eyes turned red, and as he smacks right into his own sister's side, sending her flying out of the ring. Zuko was, and so then Zuko becomes the basically. So the final round between Bakugo versus Zuko Bakugo ends up laying. Come on, friend. Let's have a simple fight. Ezuku's like, or as he shrugs his shoulders, as he looks away, after he shrugs his shoulders. So then Zuku's eyes, he used the super speed thing, and he basically brutally, like, not really hard, but just enough to, like, as Bakugo was like he was injured, but not too bad. But then Zuko just comes in with a power, or like the spirit bomb, and just threw it at him. As everybody's like panicking, like, the as they're like, don't use that move. Boom! As Zuko used his own power of zero to shrink it down just a little bit before. It doesn't, like, because he absorbs most of it. No one died. As Bakugo's is laying down, like, he's basically pounded into the concrete. So, yeah. As Bakugo was knocked out. As everybody's like, man, if this kid is on a whole nother level, boom. So then, yeah. Bakugo can't even get up because how much his body hurts. Yeah. So then the whole thing has happened. And yeah. So then the internship thing, I'm skipping over because it's going to be a long one, because Zuko was, I'll just do this. So Zuko ends up killing all the Nomus. There was about 2.9 bazillion of them. Pro Heroes handled some of them, like 5 of them. But then the Zuko just comes out of nowhere and kills all of them. So then Hero Killer Stain was about to kill Tenya, but Zuko kicks Hero Killer Stain in. Or actually, first, he scared Hero Killer Stain so bad that even, like, peed his pants thing. So, yeah. So, Zuko was pretty tough. I know this is... How long is this? Oh, perfect. So, yeah. So then... So, Zuko has proven himself. But... But Inko and Shashi hasn't really seen him at all. Like, he's just walking around the city and the villains are just, yeah, every night. He's not even tired. As because that's after the USJ, or no, not after USJ. That after the internship thing, because Zuko's, isn't, yeah, because what they heard that Zuko is more powerful than anyone. They now think that Zuko might have been the first, and they were wrong about like them being. They thought Zumi was first and Zuko was second, but Zumi was actually second and Zuko was first. So, yeah, because they did a like little challenge. So yeah, so then Zuko keeps killing the villains, or not keeps killing them, capturing them. Some of them rebelled against him, and he took care of them brutally. Yeah. So the crime rate overnight dropped to 0. Like, there was nothing left. You know how in spoilers, first of all, in season 7, I believe, or 6, one of those, where Zuko became like a Nomu Zuko, or basically evil hero Zuko version. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. Evil. Zuko. So, not evil Zuko. Oh, here it is. This one, where Zuko was walking. Yeah, here. This is a better image. It's like that, but on a whole nother level. So, yeah. So then the government could. They know that the overnight, or couple nights, they did notice that the crime rate was down a lot. Like, dropped to 0. So then, yeah, because they know it was Zuko. Oh, first of all. And, yeah. Basically, that's how they know. As they asked the detective, or Mr. Azawa, to like look into why Zuko can't sleep, because as Zuko, or actually, let's say All Might, or no, not All Might. Let's say Zuko, or so Mr. Azawa goes over to Zuko and asks him a question, but he knows that that's why he brought paper and pen, as he wrote down the everything that just happened, like before, and plus then he says, they also took away my sleep thing. So basically, what I mean, is basically, I can never sleep. Not even human anymore. As he starts tearing up. as he can, as Mr. Zao grabs him, or hugs him, and so then the class 1A asked the teacher to read it, and so Mr. Zao told a whole backstory, and then at the end of it was the day that his parents also took away his sleep thing, so he can never sleep. So, as that shocks everybody, including Zumi, because to her knowledge, to her knowledge, that Inko and Shashi had powers to take away the silence and memories, but not the unless, as he wrote, name, and to say it was accidentally fused. So they are quarks fused accidentally. That's what it said. On a note, they were like, man. So, yeah. So then the whole thing, they basically, after school, they reported, and yeah. So Sashi was no longer being a hero because what he just did. He turned his own son into a weapon. So then Zuko walks over, and so they need to handle, so they go into town, or Inko goes into town, because she wasn't a pro hero, so she goes into town, and she sees him just reading a book, as he doesn't remember, as he looks up, because Inko said, "Are you Zuko?" As he looks up, as Inko could see, like, as he used sign language on his own mother, as they can't believe. So then Inko asks him that tells him that her name, and yeah. So then he also tells, she also tells him to come back to the family. As he looks away, as Inko knows that so Zuko came home as Sashi apologized with tears in his eyes, and the Zuko tilts his head as he doesn't understand what it is. As he had one eye blue and one eye, he had a question mark. As Asashi could tell that because so then Zuko, or so Asashi tells Zuko that me and your mother will, oh, bring you, or I'll remove that block that was blocking your memories. As he said, or as he shrugs his shoulders, as Inko knows that means okay. And then they did it. They removed his memory block. Huh? And they also removed his or took or gave him back his like sound. Basically his voice, he could make sound again. But because of the he can't or he doesn't even make sound anymore because since after his parents or he had to adjust to having no sound and it yeah. So and they also took away or they accidentally took away his sleep thing, gave it back to him. And yeah. So Zuko was because they were still trying to get some noise out of him. And as Zuko was still can't do it. As Inko and Sashi or Inko can't believe in her own son or that their son they can't believe that they broke their own son. As they were crying. So Zuko was pretty much permanently muted. No sound, no nothing. Because yeah. So now they also have, or so he has inner voice thing back. So that, but he still can't talk. As Zuko was pretty much was a broken, unable to be fixed. So then All My Verse All for One started, and it's time to skip to All My Verse All for One. So All for One so All Might was down but not out. All for One is about to shoot a beam of light. Or he did, but Zuko absorbed it. As he says, or as All for One says, the most powerfulest person in the world. As Zuko used hyper regeneration, or speed thing, as he starts running faster, as he's, Because his own father can't even be out in public without getting booed by it. Like, I'm saying boot by it. So yeah, so Zuko ends up being, Zuko. So then so oh when he was, because so All For One says, I'll give you a choice. He's between me or All Might. Who would die first? You need to speak up thing. As Zuko is like Bumblebee at this point, but without like a radio thing. So then when Zuko punched All For One, and Zuko's but they actually, or Zuko had a bug in that's preventing him from having any voice. It's called Stop Bug. So when Zuko used his blast, it obliterated the bug, and it also obliterated the All For One. And when the smoke cleared, as Zuko's voice, as he says, man, he went out with a blast. As that got everyone shocked. What? Zuko, you're talking. I am? I am. So he's happy about it. As he jumps all the way to the moon and came back, as he gets excited. And this Sashi, no one knew that Sashi and Inko also accidentally put a bug in him. Like, basically or actually Inko accidentally put a bug in him. So, called Frozen Bug. Yeah. So when Zuko destroyed it, then Zuko starts talking. As Zuko walks over to, or he walks back to, as Inko thought he was gonna spook her, so that's why, as he says, hey Mom, hey Dad, what's up? As that got them more shocked than anything. What? What's up? As Asashi can't believe. As Hezuku looks over at Inko and says that you forgot one thing. That I just realized. As he looks at Inko, what did I forget? Did you really put a bug in me like in the chest? Or in this part? Wait. Was that why you weren't talking? Yeah. you gave me back the voice, but you didn't take a bug out of me. Oh. As Inko just smacks herself in the face. He's she can't believe that it was she forgot to do that. So then yeah. But he told her that he destroyed it. And so then yeah. So then time skip. So it was time for, of course, Rinko and Shield Girl actually both agree on dating or getting married to Zuko. So they both got married to Zuko and had kids. Lot of kids, should I say. Triplets for each. So that makes 6. So 3 girls, 3 boys. Yeah. And yeah. So Zuko doesn't want to make the same mistakes thing. And they all had powers. They all have quirks. And yeah. And Zuko and Rinko and Shield Girl actually, yeah. And in my dark, or what if, like, dark personal what if, so, because Zumi got married to Bako, and Momo got married to Todoroki, it was a dark scene. So Ochako got married to the bunny girl. Her. Yeah. It was a pretty dark scene. But then, yeah. So, you do not want to ask why that family is messed up more than. So, yeah. And I said they got married. And they did have kids, but yeah. It's called floating bunnies. Quirk, basically, for all of. Yeah. So then, now it's time for us to say adios. Oh, so peace out, y'all. Peace. And sorry for this video was long. So peace.